Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Done Creative Live. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing well. I'm just very tired tonight. Not like crazy tired. I was just explaining to Jessie. I'm not like crazy tired, but like I know I probably won't last more than 2 hours tonight. So there's that. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. How are all of you doing? Hope you're having a fine evening today or day or morning, whatever time it is, wherever you're at. Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do for our collective reading today will be the fact that it is December 1st. Well, it's alerting me that I'm live, as if I didn't know. It is December 1st. So, yes, and also Neptune went direct today. So, a lot of forward momentum in our spiritual practices and just a lot of amazing. Just downloads and our gifts coming online and just so much good stuff coming in hot. So I think what we'll do is really focus on, what are these upgrades coming in for us with Neptune going direct and just anything else we need to know about the next few days or so, because I will be live again on Saturday for the solar eclipse, which is a big transformational energy. And something I actually learned about eclipses today, I was just doing a little bit of research. Usually, so an eclipse cycle that happens when there's a lunar eclipse before a solar eclipse, because there's a fun fact. Sometimes before the solar eclipse, there may or may not be a lunar eclipse, and sometimes after, there may or may not be. So you may just have a solar eclipse. It's a little more rare than having a lunar and a solar together, but sometimes it's the solar eclipse first, then the lunar eclipse after that. Sometimes it's lunar, solar, lunar, which is more rare than just, I think, having even just a single solar eclipse. I don't know. I hope I haven't confused you yet. But fun fact, when the lunar eclipse or a lunar eclipse comes 2 weeks before a solar eclipse, the whole cycle tends to be way more emotional and emotionally charged. For like the next 6 months, you're more in your feels, you're more in your emotions. And I'm pretty sure, and maybe I'm not that sure. And say, well, I know for sure the eclipse cycle we had 6 months ago started lunar and then solar eclipse. I'm not 100% sure. I know the next first eclipse next year is going to be April 30th, which is 2 days after my birthday. That's the only reason I remember the date. But that one, I believe, is a lunar eclipse. I can't be 100% sure on that though. So that would let us know that the next eclipse cycle will be pretty emotional as well. But that will be taking place for Vedic Aries, and I think Western Aries as well will be that next solar eclipse. No, lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. Because we've went backwards from Taurus to Aries because they travel backwards across the zodiac rather than forward momentum. All right, so but we are going to be doing on Saturday's live stream a deep dive into those solar eclipse energies, and of course, those who are on Patreon can check that out. I did a pretty in-depth dive into what my little Patreon niche collective can expect for the solar eclipse coming up at the end of this week on Saturday. So I think we're going to start with the tarot, and we might as well. I think we're going to use the White Newman Tarot because it's right here. Is anything that we need to know about Neptune going direct? Ooh, the death of the old ways of thinking. I'm just seeing like death to the matrix, like just coming in hot with some new, fresh 5D vibes, some high vibe energy, and leaving behind more of our 3D ways, feeling out of our power and all of that. And then we have the world. Death of the world, but like in a good way, like death of the old 3D matrix, like I was just talking about. We are expanding past this. So this Neptune going direct, and I think for the next foreseeable future when it is direct, I know it'll go retrograde probably again next year at some point. I'm not sure the date though. But that's going to be very interesting. And Neptune is actually currently transiting Aquarius for Vedic astrology and Pisces, its own sign for Western astrology. But if you had a telescope powerful enough and were looking up in the actual sky, you would have to look to the Aquarius section because that's where it's physically located. That's why I follow Vedic astrology, because you know exactly where to look and you know where you're going to find what you're going to find. Hello, Lunar. Welcome. Hello, Divine Council. Hello, Ethan, Susie, Michelle Lynn. I didn't even do shout outs. Liz Lavender, Nellie's here. Everybody. Steph Freeman Art, Michelle De Leon, Jessie, and Hollow Scream. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I've just been talking and trying to get this reading going before I fall asleep at my desk here. No, I'm not like crazy tired like I was saying. I'm a little tired. I worked probably close to 10 hours today, so I'm ready for some sleep tonight. I know that much. All right, so I want to let's just do one more from this deck, and then we'll do Shaman's Dream Oracle, I think. All right, what else? What else do we have going on? Oh my god. Death, the world, and the tower. Neptune going direct. And I really don't see this as the death or the tower moment for anything that is actually physically awesome and like high vibe and all of that. What I see with this is death of the old systems, death of the 3D matrix, death of those who are looking to, usurp everyone's power and dominate. Because Neptune, though it be a planet of illusion, can also be a planet of enlightenment. So it can help you see through the illusion. It's a very high priestess energy, the Neptune planet is. Let's just see if we can get one that's not major arcana, just to see like the day-to-day vibe of this Neptune going direct for all of us here tonight. King of Swords. So this is also helping some of us with our communication. Maybe some of you actually have Neptune either in your natal chart or transiting in your third house of communication, maybe even possibly your ninth house of like publication, maybe your second house of actually speaking, your first house of just your personality and your embodiment, all of that. That's really exciting. But just speaking up and standing up for what you know is right is also something that the King of Swords is very good at. So let's go over here and get a couple of these. Sorry about that. Shifting the whole thing. All right, and we just have one coming in for a one card or a general reading for Brianna. Whoever Brianna is here, just let Ethan or myself know. We'll get you on the list there. All right, what do we got going on here? Benefactor, grace, and generosity. So this Neptune going direct is really a gift. It's really helping us feel more connected to our guides and angels, to our higher selves. We're not feeling so left alone in the wild west of this 3D matrix. We are picking ourselves up, and Spirit just showed me like that old it's an actual thing that happened, the Oregon Trail, but they're showing me like the game of the Oregon Trail, and they're like, no one's gonna die from typhoid, no one's gonna lose their buffalo, like we're all gonna be all right. It's spelled like BRI and then capital ANNA. So it's a new Brianna. I may have seen this Brianna once before, but it's been maybe a little while. Whoever it is, let us know. Let's get one more. But yeah, our guides and angels, we may even be able to really sense them in ways that we haven't been able to yet. This is really something that, look, there's a king right there. Look at that. And we got a king here. 2 crowns there going on. So we're feeling like royalty in our own lives. We're stepping up to be that royal version of ourselves and really be in alignment with our higher self. It's like awesome. Yep, that looks correct to me. Awesome. Thank you, Ethan. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. So yeah, that overwhelm. Sometimes when we have even a lot of a good thing, it can feel overwhelming. So sometimes when your gifts come online almost like overnight, or there's a whole bunch of developments like spiritually overnight, it can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes it can tax the physical vessel. So you may be experiencing a lot of ascension symptoms or just a lot going on that you're just like, I need to catch my breath. I just need to catch my breath for a hot minute and take care of myself. So self-care might be really important these next few days and, just going in the next few months or so. I think self-care is always a good idea, but like, who am I to talk? I'm always like struggling to give myself the self-care I need. But we got the Seeing card and we got the number 45 there, which adds up to 9. So closing out old cycles and just saying good riddance to some old cycles. But every time I pull this, I'm reminded of Britney Spears like singing under her hairbrush on the movie Crossroads. And fun fact, Britney is free. free Brittany. Brittany is free. So like she's probably singing very happily now that she is free. And that is such a representation of like the divine feminine being uplifted and being free. Not that it was ever the patriarchy's like, prerogative to even, encapsulate or put behind bars the divine feminine. But Brittany being free really is a telling with the whole collective of humanity that the divine feminine really is on the rise. And I just thought that was so beautiful. All of these energies are just really culminating with Brittany being free and these eclipses and like, even if you're not a fan of Brittany, like it's such like a thing going on right now that, there were a lot of people on her side and there was a whole movement behind it. And, no one should have to deal with that. She wasn't even allowed to have kids. She was forced contraception and just not even allowed to like live her life. And she's like, I think about 4 months older than I am. So it's like we're even both Libra ascendant. So we have very similar placements. Yes, she's free. She's free. No more conservatorship. And sweet Brittany, she was shopping at Target the other day. I saw online. I mean, I don't read a lot of news, but like I saw that. I'm just like, my heart. Brittany's free. Like, as a later part of my teen years when she first got big, I looked up to her a lot. Okay. So yeah, I thought that was so neat. That Brittany's free. Yeah, and then on the back of the deck, we've got repairing the veil. That veil that we felt separated or on the other side of, we're being able to now feel, sense, taste, touch, and see through it. And all the other spiritual senses as well. We're seeing through it, but this comes with forgiveness. And first and foremost, this is for us forgiving ourselves for, any damage that we may have done to ourselves or to others. And just knowing that maybe at the time when we acted certain ways or said certain things, we were coming from a place of our own pain and we were just projecting that onto other people. And it's not right. But when you know better, you do better. And now I've got the chills on my crown. You know better and then you do better. And when you can do better, you can forgive yourself from the past mistakes that you made, because we are all fumbling our way through this thing called life and learning as we go. There is not one perfect soul that I've ever met. So it's just nice to give ourselves some grace. You remember that benefactor card, grace? Um, and just allowing ourselves to make mistakes as we level up. I mean, it's par for the course being human. We're allowed to be, just that, human. And humans make a lot of mistakes along the way. Of course, if you're doing things with an open heart and good and positive intentions and you still make mistakes, that's okay. But it's much better to make mistakes with positive intentions for all rather than negative intentions. You know what I mean? All right, so that's our collective reading about Neptune going direct and just kind of it being the first of the month. And we're almost to that next solar eclipse, and just a lot of energies are going on. I just watched earlier today Joni Petrie. And yesterday, I think it was, she posted like the end of 2021 video. She's a Vedic astrologer, but she's saying how, and I've always known this from years ago, that when Mars, so wherever the eclipse is, it takes Mars about 2 years to go around the entire zodiac, and it usually retrogrades about once during that time. But when Mars passes the eclipse point, which it has just gone into Scorpio per Vedic astrology, I think it was either today or yesterday or maybe tomorrow, like very soon. But when Mars passes the eclipse point of 10 degrees of Scorpio per Vedic astrology, once again, it's going to be somewhere in Sagittarius for Western astrology. But when Mars passes that eclipse point, which will be December 31st of this year, there could be some violence. There could be a lot of rage and anger and just like explosive energy in the collective. It's not always guaranteed, but the possibility is there. And after some of the last few years we've had, the volatility definitely is at like boiling point right now. So I guess time will tell. But just especially those of you who are traveling during the time of the Mars passing the solar eclipse point, which would be, December 30th, 31st, and then January 1st. Like if you're traveling around that time, just be really careful. Or if you're in large crowds are another place that are like magnets for this chaos to happen. Usually it happens in some sort of crowd. Just be really mindful of what you're doing. And, if you have a weird intuition, make sure you listen to it and go home or get out of the way or whatever it is. Just listen to your intuition always. It's always going to steer you in a positive direction for your highest good. Okay. Let's see. You only want to own what I absolutely love. Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. Like, I look around even just at my shelves, and a lot of this stuff I use like for decorating my table for like the pick a cards and stuff, and it's not like something I'm attached to or just absolutely love, but like I like to have variety in mixing up, but I do have a lot of little knick-knacky things and odds and ends that, if I didn't have the pick a card channel, I probably wouldn't own them. Oh, I love you too, Susie. Have a beautiful day. Tell Jen I said hi and happy belated birthday. I wasn't able to wish her that on Facebook on her actual birthday, so let her know I said happy birthday. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a gander at our list. We're starting out with Michelle Lynn. Michelle Lynn, go ahead and post your question. And looks like we have Amber 9 in also donating after Brianna as well. Yeah, so we got a couple more donations here. And I'm going to try, I don't know, remember if I mentioned this or not. I'm going to try to keep the live stream tonight below 2 hours, if at all possible, just because. Oh, she heard. Well, you are so welcome. Yeah, just because the kids woke up super early again today and they were very loud and it was just difficult for me to go back to sleep. And usually they can read and entertain themselves for just a little bit. I mean, usually it's no more than like 20 minutes or so, but man, today I woke up a little bit on the wrong side of the bed, just wanting 20 more minutes of sleep, 30, 40, 50 more minutes of sleep. But yeah, so that's why I'm thinking I should probably get off here before the 2 hour mark is up. So, and plus I can actually spend time with Ryan. He finished doing the demolition of the fireplace that I talked about last night. And yeah, we got that cleaned up and it's looking a little weird without the bricks there. So yeah, I didn't get to see him after school because the kids just wanted to play. So, which is better than them being at home wanting to play on a screen. Playing out on the playground, much, much better. Okay, Michelle Lynn has her question on PayPal. All right, I had a healing reading and as spot on as it was also a lot to take in. It was about my shadow self and that I'm trying to heal. Every reader tells me I have blocks in my intuition and my throat chakra stemming from when I was a child and told to keep quiet. I took that on as my truth, that keeping quiet is what is accepted, and in turn, I'm realizing it only made me lose my voice and where I fit in this world. As a young woman today, I feel lost and directionless. Oddly enough, she kept seeing people blindfolded around me and a blindfold on me as well, saying I'm blinded by not thinking I have enough power. And this instantly made me think about my puffy eyes. Oh, yes, yes. She also mentioned people or entities around me draining me of my energy, and that I need to set better boundaries. All I want to do is heal, and I'm doing everything possible to do so. I cut out coffee because I've been told it's harming my thyroid, throat chakra, and I'm doing energy healing and trying to stay active and positive. Do my guides have any messages for me regarding my healing? She mentioned 2 male guides are helping me. Absolutely. Okay, so let's see any messages regarding your healing or just anything that comes up for Michelle about this subject. Okay, so we're going to go over here to this tarot deck. Anything for Michelle Lynn and her healing journey? Anything she needs to know? We've got the Tower. Yeah, there's definitely, this is just confirming that, yeah, there is a lot of stuff you're dealing with or moving through and healing. And a lot of this has to do with our subconscious programming, especially that, kind of you're not allowed to have your voice and to be quiet and all these things. Like, these are subconscious programs that we then run. Like when we have a computer, the computer really doesn't do much unless there's a program running. But sometimes the programs can be like not very good for the computer, or they're just not very entertaining, or they're just not for the best interest of the end user of said computer, which would be you in this case, Michelle. So subconscious reprogramming is a really good way to get to the like heart of these issues and rip them out by the roots, and then reprogram with something that your higher self would deem better. And I actually go to a healer that does just that, subconscious reprogramming. And I'm in a course starting January 10th through April, whatever, to learn how to do this specific healing modality myself. But like I did a healing yesterday on Jessie, and we released some subconscious reprogramming, and she was shook. She was still, I think she's still shook today. Yeah, it's a crazy road healing, but yeah, you can go to healers, you can do the healing yourself, putting your intentions in to clear things out that are not yours. 99 point something percent of what's been cleared for me in the last 8 weeks or so of sessions that I've had wasn't even mine. Especially empaths or people, like they even cleared an entity. I cleared a couple entities from Jessie yesterday. Like it's a thing, and we're constantly having to protect our energy too, because we're just, especially someone who's awakened, it's like the light really does bring in people who would like to cross over. Like earthbound entities are really drawn to people who are awake because they can feel their light. um, and when you're unconscious or not awake, you might get a lot of earthbound entities causing a lot of cravings with you, a lot of food cravings, alcohol, drugs, sex, and they'll just ride shotgun in your life and almost sometimes take the wheel and think for you. And that's just how the 3D matrix is. But when you start unplugging yourself out of that matrix, things can really shift. But yeah, you're going to get a handle on these things, Michelle. It might take a little longer than you're hoping because healing is always such a journey. But you're getting a handle on this. You're not giving up, you're not quitting, you're not saying no. Yeah, exactly. But right now you're really feeling like a failure, like I've done so much work, I've tried so hard, all this is just so much. But this is a 7 of Pentacles energy. This is a Thoth-based tarot, but with the Rider-Waite Smith tarot, the 7 of Pentacles is about patience. So it's really taking your time to really weed through and clearing these failed programs. These to me are, things you've picked up since childhood. You can't even see it because of my lighting. Sorry, there we go. Things you've picked up since childhood. And it's interesting too, because I did read the book on this one. I think it was for a live stream we had on Patreon. I can't remember exactly. But this depiction happened during like a power outage in New York City, the city that never sleeps, the city that's bright lights all the time. And there was a power outage. So there were some road flares here and all that. But this just really is like almost like blindfold energy. Like the lights are out. I can't see. Where am I going? Where am I going? But this is like finding that internal light to really help lead the way for you, Michelle. And you also have the 3 of Pentacles, which is collaboration. So you can do like I tried to do for over 6 years and just try to heal myself and heal myself and heal myself. And I made progress. Sure, I did. But when I did that past life regression and had some things cleared during that, that really helped me bringing on a hypnosis QHHT practitioner. And then other things that have been helping me more lately is dealing with my healer, Katrina. She has really helped me. Her and her husband are like a duo, the dynamic duo, a team that go in and bring out all these subconscious blocks. And it is very pricey, but like, nothing is more important. Like for my mission and for my life, nothing is more important than investing in my own healing, my own releasing of trauma. And it's not like I'm going to buy this miracle cream and put it on my face and hope it works. Like, no, like this is proven. And the headaches that I have been having were actually, subconscious block that I inherited from my mom at age 13. And yeah, I haven't had constant headaches since age 13, but these things can lie dormant for a long, long time. But I've had over 6 years worth of headaches. Like in your average month, I would have more headache days than not. And since this happened almost a month ago now, this session, I haven't had a headache. And it was like minutes worth of them feeling into it and releasing it out. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how many years I could have spun my wheels trying to heal that on my own, without knowing exactly what it was. But once I knew exactly what it was, I got to the root of it and I just ripped it, or my healing, my higher self, and everybody as a collaborative effort worked together to rip it out by the roots and goodbye, gone forever. Not to say I'll never have a headache again, but like the specific headaches I was getting that were caused, no fun. But yeah, healing. Healing is usually a process, it's a journey, and sometimes you can have other people come in and help you. It really does help. Yeah, and then the Knight of Wands with the rock star here. You're gonna rock this. You're gonna be able to heal yourself way more than you're giving yourself credit for. Especially if you do, vet out other healers to help you. It just really will make this process a lot quicker, a lot smoother. And when you start seeing results, it's gonna really fuel your passion to get down to business and to get to your mission in this life. So what else does Michelle Lynn need to know about her healing journey? All right. All right, so we have here retreat, spirit guardian of winter, and we keep getting this message for you here on my channel anyway, where there's this staycation that just desperately wants to happen in your life. This just could even be setting aside a couple hours a day to retreat your energy from others and really learn who you are. Really dig through all that subconscious programming and other people's energy and just really tune into who am I? Who am I, Michelle Lynn, on a soul deep level, not all this surface stuff, not all this programming of who I've been told to be, but who am I? And that will really help you get a handle on this as well. And we've got the number 38 here, which adds up to an 11, which is all about spiritual awakening. And also partnership. So you being able to do this deep dive and awaken to your actual gifts and offload a lot of this past stuff that is both just buried trauma and also it's showing up like physically with your eyes and just other things that you've had going on through, at least since I've met you. But when you can get to the actual physical root of that, you can pull that out. Oh, you get that card a lot from other readers. That's so interesting. All right, so I'm gonna get one more from Moonology Manifestation cards. Anything else from Michelle Lynn? Take a breather. Retreat and take a breather. That your higher self is begging you to take a break, to just be without feeling like you have to do or show up for other people or go to work or do all these things. That's not to say to quit everything and be a hermit, but like spend a few hours every day or at least a few hours every week just taking taking care of yourself, taking a breather, taking a break, and retreating from the rest of the world to really learn who you are and what you want and do your own sense of healing. I know I've suggested her videos before on my channel, The Lunanate, the word Lune, like the bird, the loon, and then innate, and Innate, innate. Her videos are amazing. She's got many different healing things there. On her channel, lots of different Reiki sessions, healing grief, healing heartbreak, healing all sorts of things. But there's even a lot of stuff like buried really deep that you can bring out with this Reiki healing that she does on her channel for free. All you have to do is go to her channel and maybe watch one ad at the beginning, and that's that. So it's a free and quick and easy way to get some healing under your belt right away. Yes, love the Luna Nate. Yeah, I talk about her pretty often over here, so yeah. Thanks again to Lunar for I think it was over probably a year and a half ago at this point, who told me about the Luna Nate. Yeah, and I'm so grateful. Oh, you just found this channel. Well, welcome, Stephanie. We love each other here. We call ourselves the High Vibe Tribe. And I know sometimes, probably to people outside looking in, that looks very cultish. But I'm like, I promise there's no Kool-Aid to drink here. You can come and go as you please. Oh, yeah, we just have so much fun over here. I love these people. They are amazing. All right. So up next, we've got Jessie Yeah, and this is actually my secondary channel. My main channel is called The Done Creative without the word live behind it. And I think we're at like 21,000 some subscribers over there and hundreds of playlist pick a cards over there if you want to check that out. It's linked in the description. I think it's the first thing linked in the description if you want to check that out. Yeah, and I got a Patreon too. I'm just all over the place these days. All right, so Jessie is next, and then on deck after that, I got my list pretty much here because we don't have too many. After Jessie, we have was it the Divine something? Oh man, Divine Council. That's right, and then Amber. Yes. All right, so Jessie's turn. No Kool-Aid, just spirit juice. That sounded better in my head. Ah, I love that, Peggy. You are so cute. I'm gonna put some lotion on my dry hands. Dude, it's winter, guys, and I like get, dry skin in the winter like anyone else would. But like today's December 1st. It was 66 degrees in Montana today. This emoji. What? Pole shift? What's happening? I don't think I've ever experienced a day of my life in this state on December 1st ever being above like 45 degrees, let alone 66 degrees. And then in the middle of the state, there's a town called Jordan, Montana. It was 78 degrees. 78 on December 1st in a place where it snows and is winter like 7 to 8 months of the year. What is happening, guys? It is so insane. And I was even looking at this. There's this one tree that keeps growing like between the patio concrete and like underneath our deck. And my husband cut that out. I want to say it was early September, maybe very late August. And it already had grown a bunch more branches out again. And I looked on them and they had little buds on them, like it was springtime and they were gonna bud, like little leaf buds. Like, what is happening? Yeah, it's 66 degrees today. Currently, I just went outside to put the potatoes in our composter, the potato peels from dinner in our composter. And I was like, oh my gosh, it is like so hot out here. And it says right now it's currently 59 with a drizzle, but yeah, it might have been drizzling, but it feels like still really, really warm out there. I went out there. I'm constantly cold, even in my house, which we usually keep about 70 degrees. And I'm like, I don't even need a sweatshirt out here. It's so warm. I don't get it. All right. Okay, so I don't know what to ask, but maybe any message or guidance from my higher self, please. And thank you. For some reason, I just want to go right over here to the Answer is Simple deck. So let's just see what comes up for Jessie. Need guidance from her higher self. I know Jessie's been doing a lot of healing, a lot of emotional purging, but this is you putting others first, and I think you've been doing this a lot, but I'm not reading this as just every old person in your life. I'm really seeing this as your kids. But we do have the number 43 here, which is a very spiritual number 7 that adds up to, and I really do see you really investing and involving yourself in your spiritual journey and really being committed, which you have been for a lot of time that I've known you. And then also just putting your children first and oh wow, and maybe even saying you're sorry to someone in your life. I don't know, it could be one of your boys, but we got the number 29 here, which adds up to 11, which is about awakening. It's about partnership. Maybe if you said something a little bit snarky to Danny or something, maybe there's an apology there. But of course, use your own discretion with that just to see what happens. Let's see. And then invest in your spirit. And that's exactly what you're doing. That it really is exactly what you've been doing and what you're continuing to do, because you're closing out that old cycle of feeling not good enough. Or, even though these trees are bloomed out, they look very barren, do they not? They're blossoming out. They should be full and there should be bees buzzing all around, but they look very barren for just blooming out. It's very interesting. So to me, this feels like you're like, and it's funny too, because I was just talking about the tree that was kind of growing out of my patio again and almost like looked like it had buds on it, like ready to spring forth with life again. which we have one full season to go before that happens. So like it was kind of weird to me, but maybe this is just letting you know your spirit is in bloom and it's going to fill out a lot as you go. That's really important and very interesting what we're getting with this. All right, what else does Jessie's higher self want her to know? Aww. So they're really wanting you to utilize that throat chakra. Say thank you. Say I'm sorry. The number 40 here, which is stability support, could be home, fourth house things, your home, people you live with in your home, and just saying thank you, being grateful, having gratitude for the people around you. And then this wants you to dare to be happy. So take action toward those things that really make you happy or really bring you alive. Of course, I know today it's been a whole thing. But on the back of the deck, we've got connect with your soul family with the number 20, which, the number 2 is partnership. Could just be partnering up with soul family members and feeling like you do have a place in this world with people who actually understand and get you and know the type of path that you're on. Because trying to explain as an awakened person to an unawakened person exactly what you're going through is like trying to describe the color purple to someone who's always been blind. It's almost impossible to let them know how much bigger you see the world now that you're awake, because they're still asleep. They're still embroiled in it and they can't see the forest for the trees yet. But you're the eagle soaring above the forest. You can see all the trees for miles around. And they're like, tree, what's a tree? Tell me what a tree is. You're like, never mind. I don't know. All right, let's get one over here. Anything else from Jessie's higher self, please, Spirit? Broken open and the number 28. So look, new beginning coming in hot, but broken open. This card usually comes up when you are in a dark place or when things have been really rough and emotional. But this is letting you know that the cracks, that's where the light comes in. But really, the light's not coming in, the light's coming out. It's shining out from within you because it starts from within and sparks right out of you and it shines right out of all those cracks and crevices. Yes. So all the things that have been kind of putting you through your paces lately are really actually shaping you into a greater version of yourself. And I love the analogy, and it's not an analogy, it's like a thing that they do in Japan when, say, a dish breaks or something of value breaks, instead of just like gluing it back together or throwing it away altogether. I think there's a name for it too, but the Japanese, they'll put, say it's a plate and it kind of broke part of it off the side there, they will secure it back together with gold. So where that was cracked, it was now even stronger than ever before with that gold there. And it almost just shows like those scars on the outside, but they're such beautiful scars. And that's really how Spirit's showing this as, your spiritual battle wounds are really going to be like gold, weaving you back together and putting you back together again. All right. Yeah, and then healing the heart. Yes, and that's so interesting with what came up in your healing session that we did yesterday. And we got the number 23 there. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Big changes are coming to your heart chakra, and just the way you are opening your heart and wanting to really connect in a more unconditional, loving way with those that you love and those around you. And that's what's making you feel so isolated from everyone again. Yeah, and maybe just connecting and healing your own heart will really even help you, because think of it this way, and this might be like kind of a cop out, just because like to me dogs or cats or animals for the most part, they to me feel like higher vibrational souls than humans. They never lose their essence, they never lose their innocence usually. They maintain that unconditional love. Like even dogs that belong to owners that abuse them and stuff, the dog, though it may be skittish at times, still shows that love to that owner, just hoping that owner will accept it. So even just finding someone that you can share that unconditional love with. Children are really good. Your own children are really good to just shower them with unconditional love. Of course, having firm boundaries and not just saying yes to everything, because that's not love. That's being manipulated. But you know what I mean. Just finding someone you can share and show that unconditional love to and receive it from is really important. Yeah, healing really is a roller coaster, and there are only so many vacation days that we can take like in a normal work environment before they're like, okay, you're fired. And I know you've been really like worried about losing your job, but like I was telling you yesterday, I think, sorry, I'm just turning these ones that I can see are upside down back the right way. but letting your boss know, I'm really going through some emotional stuff right now. I'm doing some healing, and just being as honest as possible. That will really turn people's compassion on, and they will realize that, okay, yeah, these workers are actually human, and maybe sometimes they just need a hot minute or a mental health day here and there. But yeah, just do what you can to keep holding on to that job, but also please take care of yourself, because this is, you know, healing is a rough road. And those who choose to heal themselves and their lives are what I call spiritual warriors, because most people never heal. Most people will look in the little closet of their shadow and be like, yeah, nope, close the door. But those who actually open the door and purposely pull everything out of that closet, like, that takes cojones, people. Like, that is not for the weak. If it were easy, everyone would be healed and everyone would easily do it. It's not easy. And only those with the most biggest spiritual grit can really get in there and just roll up their sleeves and face that crap that's coming up. So I commend anyone who's actually facing anything they're going through, because it's much more difficult than trying to sweep it under the rug, for sure. Because I can't even be in the office today. I went in a couple hours and had to leave because I was just shaking, and I'm already having so much anxiety about going tomorrow. Oh, that's one thing I was super grateful for in the early stages of my awakening, when I just didn't want to face anyone. I didn't have to work outside the home. I was at home. I could deal with my kids at home and everything. And even then, like, my husband was like doing probably 80% of the parenting for like months on end, because I needed to be that vulnerable child and just do all sorts of things for myself. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that he was there for that. And that if ever the day comes where he's doing all this healing, I can be there for him like a rock star. It does. When you think you can catch a break, it's like, no, 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 here comes some more. Yeah, and we're on like a fast track right now, specifically and especially with these eclipses and just all the volatility going on in the astrology. Not saying that the planets are causing us pain. No, no, no. The planets do what they do, and we can shift and morph with the energy that's going on. But I like knowing ahead of time that, oh, this might happen, or this could shake up, and this could. And half the time, just being aware of something, you just feel more prepared. And even if it does happen, it's not as bad usually, not always, but usually, than if it just came out of left field and you weren't expecting it at all, if that makes sense. Yeah, healing is definitely hard, but so worth it. And you facing your wounds, that's really actually showing your kids how strong you are. Yeah, fast track is right. That is so true. Okay, so up next we've got the Divine Councils. She paid for a one card general read. Awesome. So Divine Council. Go ahead and post your. Oh no, you wanted a general. Duh. Da 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 da. So we don't need. You post the question because it's general. I think we're gonna go over here to the Everyday Witch Tarot. Anything for the Divine Council, aka Brianna. Ooh, the Page of Cups. This is such a great card. So there might be some good news coming your way. This could be an indication of pregnancy, although I'm not really seeing that for you, but like pregnant with a new idea or a new inspiration, or wanting to take on and birth a new creation of some sort. This is very creative and emotionally fulfilling energy, excitement. Could even be dealing with someone younger than you. You're getting good news about someone in your life that's younger than you. um yeah, we've got a lot of artistic looking stuff going on here, so just really diving in and allowing yourself to be creative is really important for you right now. I know it's only a one card read, but I want to actually get some clarity on exactly where this emotional fulfillment is coming in, or it could even be news of um just someone new entering your life as well. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, because this person here is holding the Ace of Cups, and then we're bringing on someone else. So it's like progression. It's like the Ace of Cups becoming the Two of Cups. So this could even involve being more creative in a soulmate relationship. A soulmate doesn't always have to look like a romantic partner, although it can be. But just finding creative new ways to hang out with friends or soul family. with a significant other, just being creative and finding fun date ideas, or just, oh, my friends and I are going to hang out. Let's do something fun and exciting. This could even be looking like, I think it's called like painting with a twist. They used to have that in my area. I never did it, but I know there were people that go drink wine and like do a painting together. Like everyone would have their own painting and they'd all follow an instructor. Or maybe even just going on like YouTube and watching some other like paint tutorial. I don't know. But something creative, something fun, something exciting is coming your way. And then also on the back of the deck, we got the King of Swords, but also the Four of Swords. So this is all about you making sure you are taking time to rest, and also with communication, being very forthcoming with just how you're feeling. That's really going to go a long way. Especially kind of like with what we were just talking about in Jessie's reading. It's like, telling your boss, oh, I'm sick. Oh, I have a headache. Oh, I have a sore throat. Oh, even if you do have these things, but just explaining the greater cause. Like, I'm really struggling right now. I'm really going through some emotional stuff, and just being very forthcoming and upright or outright with, of course, not just spilling your tea everywhere, but like letting those that deserve to know exactly, like let them know exactly what you're going through, so that they're totally on vibe with you and don't think, like a lot of times if you cancel plans or there's just a lot going on in your life and you just don't have enough time for certain people, just explaining, just checking in with them and explaining, hey, whatever. And I didn't mean to ghost you, or I know we have plans for next Wednesday, but like, I don't know if I can, I got to take care of myself, whatever it is. Because there is this need to kind of balance out all the busyness with a little bit of rest and self-care. Okay. All right. I hope that resonated for you. Thanks again for your donation. All right. So up next, we've got the last donation of the night. Wow, we really did this in record time. We've got Amber. So I think this is kind of last call for anybody that wanted to donate tonight. Otherwise, we will leave it after Amber's reading. And oh, I've been getting that good news is coming as well all the time. Oh, even in the last video. Yeah, it literally was a good news coming your way. Pick a card. I love that. Yeah, that's just but the next one I actually filmed it today. I'm kind of ahead of schedule for next week. It's a blessings and messages from your angels, and it was so fun and like uplifting. Like even though there's a lot of heavy energies going on the planet right now, there's little pockets of uplifting energy that really can keep us going. So that's really good stuff coming in. That'll be up on Patreon probably on Friday and on Monday on my main channel. Yeah, so for early access, you can always join Patreon and get early access. For even the bottom tier gets early access. All right. So I don't know if Amber left her message or her question over on email. She might have. Okay, okay, so a lot is going on and I feel like a mess and depressed. Will I get out of it? Need guidance from spirit and guiding angels on what is happening with me and what to do. Man, you may specifically, just like Jessie, who's really going through some stuff right now. And Amber, are you here? Has anyone seen Amber? I thought I saw her earlier, but I just want to double check that she's actually here and hearing this. Otherwise, I might want to timestamp this for her. Yeah. But like I was saying, if you have a lot of personal planets, or this eclipse is happening in your ascendant, things can really shake up for you and feel very emotionally like upheaval, not uplifting, but like upheaval. But with all this crazy chaotic energy and messy energy actually comes some really good stuff. So if you can just feel whatever's coming up, even if you're confused and not really sure, yeah, trying to heal my life events, abuse and trauma. I feel like a mess and depressed. Will I be able to heal? Need guidance from spirit, guiding angels on what to, yeah. I have a feeling you have some of your astrology that's very mixed up in this eclipse, because those of us really going through some ish, we have a lot of personal planets, or this is happening in very specific houses that are really showing some upheaval. So even if you don't have any planets associated with this eclipse, wherever your natal Mars is located, if you're following Vedic astrology, or I would say your Jupiter for Western astrology, because Jupiter does rule sign of Sagittarius for Western astrology. So wherever your Mars is for Vedic astrology or your Jupiter is for Western astrology, that's going to kind of indicate the house that these shakeups may be happening for you. Also, the house it's happening in specifically will have maybe some shakeups for you as well. And also the houses that Mars per Vedic astrology, which will be the sign of Scorpio, which, yes, it's already in the mix, and Aries are both kind of activated. And for Western astrology, it'll be your Jupiter your Sagittarius house, because Neptune rules Pisces in Western astrology. Hope I didn't confuse anyone. But yeah, so there's that. So wherever this is happening in your chart, Amber, if you know your birth chart, you can get some really good information. Like for me personally, the lunar eclipse in Taurus happened in my 8th house, pretty close to my Mercury. So a lot of stuff is coming up dealing with like my livelihood and how I communicate, and major ups and downs with just, my patrons and my YouTube channel. And then of course, because Venus rules my 8th house, and Venus is currently, or not currently, but like it's located in my birth chart in the 6th house in Pisces, which my 6th house of Pisces with Venus in there, it rules small pets. Your pets are like in my chart, very Venusian. So I actually lost my dear dog. She was almost 17 years old, so I had a very long time with her, and I feel very privileged to have had as long as I did. But like it happened, it shook up the solar eclipse that we had in Taurus in my 8th house on June 10th. That's the day she went to the animal hospital, just puking up pure blood clots. Yeah, TMI, I'm apologizing. But come this lunar eclipse that happened around the same spot, she completed what she started. I think she wanted to transition at that point, but I just like did everything I could to keep her here and nursed her back to health. And like, I think she knew I needed that last 6 months so that I could really, devote my life to her pretty much for 6 months. And sorry, I'm getting a little choked up. Um, but like that, the lunar eclipse took her out, took her away. But I've made peace with that, just because I mean, it would be very selfish for me to try to keep her here in a very failing body at that time. But yeah, it can be a lot, and it can feel very intense and very emotional. So like Amber, big hugs. You're in very good company. We're all going through a little something, something. That's for sure. Oh, Jupiter is your strongest planet in your chart. That's awesome. So maybe things will look up, especially if you do follow Western astrology, and Jupiter is placed very strong. Um, Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion, and it likes to bring goodness wherever it goes. So that's a plus and a bonus for you. But let's get some cards on this, since I've just been talking and just kind of setting the stage for your reading, Amber. But we got here the Knight of Pentacles, and I just bent the crap out of that card. Do you see that? Oh my gosh, what did I do? Oh my gosh. I totally butchered that card, whatever I just did. Or maybe it was already like that. I don't know. I might have to watch the replay and find out. But yeah, Knight of Pentacles. So you are starting a new path, something that feels more supportive and stable and not so up and down and precarious. You're starting something new that doesn't feel so out of balance and out of bounds and up and down. Let's see if we can get any hints on what area of life. To me, this feels very emotional, even though this is a pentacle card. It feels very emotional. Yeah, that sense of inner strength. You're walking away from that tornado in the past. Like, this is behind you. So a lot of what's coming ahead for you, it's not going to be as volatile and up and down as what you've been through already, Amber. So I see like the worst is behind you with a lot of this trauma and just abuse and wounding that you've been through. Now is the time to heal, because the Strength card is about inner healing and really licking your wounds from the inside out and leaning on spirit. Also Leo energy. So could be a fire sign in your life as well, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, where you feel you can really lean on this person. Could even be someone younger than you. I'm really getting young, youthful vibes, because the Knight of Pentacles usually tends to represent someone under the age of 40 as well. But I'm really seeing someone much younger that you can really lean on for support. Could be male or female, but they just brighten your day, brighten your life to where you don't feel like everything is so bad. And then we have Six of Pentacles. So Spirit really is really wanting to help you through this, Amber. So call on your guides, your angels, even your crossed over loved ones, because they want to gift you with some abundance. It could be financial abundance, but to me, this feels like emotional happiness and fulfillment, which throw us all a bone. I mean, I would pay for some happy like fulfillment at this point. Oh, your North Node is Leo. Well, that's really powerful that you are going in the direction of your destiny. You're leaving behind the chaos of the past and walking into your destiny. That's powerful, Amber. That's awesome. I'm glad that you knew that. But there may be some either soul family or your actual family that you can really lean on, because we got the six here as well. And they're pointing me back over here to the Six of Pentacles. Family members that can help you out, either financially or just emotionally, someone you can lean on in your family. Again, I'm getting young vibes from this. Someone younger than you, maybe a child, one of your children. Yeah, and this is about almost being one of your own family members, because a lot of times we forget ourselves as like an important person in our lives. It's like, oh, who are the important people in your lives? You're like, my grandma, my dad, my friend, my sister, my coworker. Oh, who else? Oh, my son. We always forget to name ourselves in that. Like, we should be top of the list because we have to go everywhere with us. We never leave ourselves. We're always there. Everywhere you go, there you are. So kind of count yourself as your own family. Your own inner child may need some healing and love and nurturing and some self-care as well, Amber. We also have the Daffodil Fairy, new beginning. Yes, there is a new beginning. Like I said, that really nasty stuff is still, it's behind you now. That doesn't mean though that, you might have some emotions come up here and there, but I think the bulk of the really heavy trauma and wounds and stuff that you're healing from really are in the past, and you're just feeling your way through them as they come up, to cry, to release them, whatever it does, it feels good, or whatever feels good to heal them. I got like so many things I want to say. I just want to say them all at the same time, but like I can't do that because I'm only one voice, one person. I feel I have become someone I don't know. It feels I have to unlearn everything I am today. Yes, and that is so true. Like, especially on this healing journey or spiritual journey, we realize a lot of who we thought we were was just us, pretending to be someone else or trying to mimic someone else, or that subconscious programming that we received from our parents and teachers and just pop culture, and just thinking, well, I have to be like this to be accepted, or I have to be like this. And it's really just undressing and uncovering and pulling off all the masks of who we once were, who we once thought we were, and really getting to the heart, the nitty gritty, that more soul or higher self aspect of us, that inner strength. It's going to take a lot of inner strength to really get to the core of who you are, Amber, but it's going to be one of the best, if not the best journey you do take in this incarnation, coming back home to yourself. All right, let's get another one for Amber. Oh, and then we've got here protection. So guardians of the land, and then the daffodil fairy with new beginnings. It's like you're feeling this support come in and this protection. And I'm really drawn here to this stag. Like I'm hearing this might be a white-tailed deer. That's what it looks like to me specifically. So looking up deer symbolism, or the buck, the male deer, the stag, looking up that spirit animal, and just like seeing what resonates with you with any messages of that. And then look, you can't make this up, on the back of the deck, it stared me in the face. We've got another strength card, 2 strength cards, and this is the ancient oak spirit. So getting out and touching trees is very, very healing, and trees really are very protective energies as well. I'm getting chills now, so I think there might be someone in spirit for you. I don't know if you can see them. There we are. There might be someone in spirit for you coming through. So when that happens, I give them a little extra soapbox time. So let's find out where my spirit decks are so we can dive into some of that. Here we are. So I don't know if you had anyone specific that's passed away. This could even just be your guides really close at hand, especially with all those strength messages and them wanting to come in and help you. Could even just be your star family, your soul family on the other side. But we have this self-sabotage card coming out. But it says, when you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. And that is so true. And a lot of times, that inner voice isn't even you, it's your ego, or it's maybe the voice of a teacher that once, told you nasty things about how you're never going to amount to anything, or maybe an abusive partner from the past telling you you would never find love again, or whatever it looks like for you. Aw, and then we have, I think your mom is coming through because we have a child's love. And it says the love between a parent and a child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. I got chills. Um, Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the bigger part of our own hearts. Oh my gosh, that's so powerful. I'm really drawn to this yellow butterfly here too. So maybe she's sending you signs like of yellow butterflies, maybe even yellow flowers, like the color yellow. I don't know if she really enjoyed the color yellow um, or what. There's something about yellow, and I'm getting chills again. Something about the color yellow that she really wants you to pay attention to. Also, oh, interesting with the color yellow, duh. Your strength, your courage comes from your solar plexus chakra, which is resonating with the color yellow, and you have two strength cards. So there's a lot of strength, a lot of solar plexus activation going on for you. Oh, it resonates for you too. Then claim it, claim it, claim it. It is yours. Could be mommy Janet coming through for you, Lunar, because she probably could definitely hop in on some of that. Oh wow, yeah, it's definitely mother energy. That is for sure. Yeah, and then your mom wants you to know that life is a series of choices. Choose love. That's so beautiful. And especially pairing that up with the self sabotage card, because there may have been a lot of things going on in your life in the past where, such chills. Um, a lot of stuff going on in the past where you would like not love yourself because of all the things that you thought you did do or didn't do right. Oh, it's your favorite color and hers too. And I've been calling on her every day. I miss her. I wish I could hug her tight and cry my heart out. I can feel that. I feel like she is very close to you. Because I've just had chills this whole time, like since I mentioned it. Can you guys see that? Like they did not go away. Look at the chills. And it is not, like I told you, it was 66 degrees here today. It is very warm in this room right now. I should not be getting chills and being cold. So that is your confirmation. Let's see if we can get some specific messages for Amber from her mom. I'm crying. I love her so much. Miss her so much. I can feel it. And she loves you too so much. And she's with you. She wants you to know she's with you a lot. Yeah. And anything that you're trying to beat yourself up about, it is not your fault. Even like you may even think, well, if I had just walked away, this wouldn't have happened, or if I had just listened to my instincts on certain things, this wouldn't have happened, and then you blame yourself rather than the person who hurt you. It's not your fault. That's what she wants you to know. And then she says, remember me by the happy memories we created. So maybe having her picture in a very prevalent place where you can see it every day, multiple times a day, when you walk by or when you're sitting at your table or next to your bedside, that will be really important for you to really feel that connection to her. And she's wanting you to know too that when she did cross over, she was met by a lot of loving people, her guides, maybe even her other like passed away ancestors and loved ones as well. I'm seeing a friend that she had that actually passed away before her, may have been a few years to maybe a decade before her, that passed away, that was there when she passed away and like comforted her the second she crossed over. Her friend was there. And then she's just letting you know, I feel healthy and happy. So if she had some sort of disease or like illness that took her out, just know that she is fully restored back to health and she is vibrant and free and healthy and happy now. So you don't have to remember her by, like, if she had lost a lot of weight or was very sick, you don't have to remember her that way anymore. She hanged on till the time I was on a video call with her and she closed her eyes, but she left as soon as she heard my voice. Oh, I have such chills, Amber. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's so happy now though. Like she feels so free and she can check in on you anytime that she wants to. And she says she can hear you too. So communicate with her. I'm sure you do already, but just know that what you say to her, she can hear you. Oh, she had chronic rheumatic arthritis. Oh no, that's got to be so painful. Oh my gosh. You should look up the spiritual meaning of yellow daffodils. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's such a powerful symbol in that because we do have that daffodil fairy. So, yeah, look up the meaning of those yellow daffodils because there's a powerful message in that. One of new beginnings, because we got a new beginning, but with both the numerology and the meaning in the message here as well. So, yeah, she may even be like, remember, showing up to you as yellow flowers, yellow butterflies, yellow colors. There's something about yellow and really empowering yourself and you being able to step up and be that beautiful, empowered and strong and authentic version of yourself because you don't feel you know who you are anymore. And I think your mom's saying too, a lot of that might have to do with the fact that you really resonated or put a lot of your identity in being her daughter. Like you were so proud to be her daughter. And then when she passed away, like you being her daughter, not that it actually ceased to exist, but you just felt like your place in the world was like taken out, ripped out from under you, like a rug being ripped out from under you. And I still have chills. She's really, it's funny because Michelle De Leon, her and I had a session today, and this thing, I told her, yeah, every time I'm on the live stream, my Bumblebee Jasper just stares at me because it's like a little pair of eyes, the little gray eyes here from the shelf. And I always make eye contact with my Bumblebee Jasper. But maybe getting a piece of Bumblebee Jasper, because it's predominantly yellow, named after the bumblebee, could really help you feel connected to her as well. And also looking up the metaphysical or spiritual properties of the bumblebee jasper might bring you some further guidance and clarity as well. Yeah, see, it's almost like a Ninja Turtle, like the mask over the eyes almost. It's got like a yellow mask over gray eyes. It's so cute. We just named him Bumblebee. We're so very creative over here. But I let Wrigley name this one. But yes, Bumblebee Jasper. And like I was telling Michelle, make sure you get yourself a polished Bumblebee Jasper, not a raw, because the raw ones actually are toxic because there's actually sulfur in this. And sometimes you can kind of smell the sulfur smell of it. So yeah, it's very funny. Oh, that's exactly what you were thinking, Ethan. That's funny. We're on the same wavelength. Yes, he's so cute. But I love the edges or the tops of it look like the moon. They look like our moon, Earth's moon, kind of, in a way. Slightly. Not like perfectly, but a little bit. I love it. I need to spend more time with Bumblebee. Why do I keep him on the shelf? It's not fair to him. Oh. So you miss her for your own self. I can totally feel that. Yeah, it's so hard to let go of those we love. And she has visited in your dreams a lot. That's awesome because I think she's going to be doing it again. I did get that vibe earlier when I was shuffling this deck. That card didn't come out, but I had a feeling that she would be in your dreams very soon. But she's letting you know that anyone else from the family that passed away, she is with them. And also those who are still on Earth. I don't know if you had a sister or she had a sister because she's showing me like a sister energy. She's with you and either your sister or her sister, something like that. It's not always clear exactly what they're trying to show me. So sometimes I stumble and fumble my way through it and let you guys know what they say so that you can clarify it for me. But she is with the family. And if I'm not mistaken, Amber, I think you have a daughter. She's checking in on that daughter. She shows me the number 7, so I don't know if you have a daughter who's 7 or her sister's alive. Okay, so she's letting me know she checks on you and her sister and your daughter and probably other people as well, but those are kind of the people highlighted for me in this card, it seems like. Very feminine energy. Oh, you have a daughter. That's awesome. All right. And we are soulmates. So your mom is part of your soul family. So just know that you probably will have another future incarnation with your wonderful mother. Maybe next time you'll be her mother or her brother or her coworker. Like who knows? We never know how we're going to sign up to be in our lives again. But until you cross over, she will be with you. Oh, it was 7:07 when I said 7 and it's 8:08 where I'm at. Oh, that's so cool. All right, let's get one more for Amber before we close it out. I think we just needed to give Amber a little bit of extra loving care, bring her mom through. Sometimes it takes a little time. But it's important, I think, when they do show up to a reading like this, to allow them the time and space that they need to say what they want to say. But she's letting you know that no matter the woulda, shoulda, couldas of life, it really was her time to go. So even if it felt very tragic and like she had so much time ahead of her, um, yeah, it was her time to go. She was ready to go. So crazy about the healing. Yeah. Let's ask if you're doing it right, and maybe get some guidance on ways you can improve it, or fast track it. Sometimes we want to fast track the healing, but sometimes spirit wants us to take our time and really feel it, heal it, deal with it, all that stuff I'm always talking about over here. Let me get this deck. Gotta dig it out. I got so much stuff stacked over here. I gotta put some of these away. I keep getting new decks, but then I just want to stack them with all the other decks and never have to put them back in their boxes on the shelf. All right. So what does Amber need to know about the healing? Is she doing this the right way? Yeah, she was in pain and she is now at peace. That is for sure. But yeah, you are choosing to empower yourself, and that is such a strength energy as well. You got those 2 strength cards, you got all that yellow following you around. So it says choose to empower yourself. So today, this is a day to practice the power of choice. Choose the quality of mood you want. That is whether you'll adopt a positive or negative attitude. The choice is up to you. Your goal to realize that you do have the ability to enhance your life each day. That being said, if you are feeling a little sad or emotional, I don't want you to just push it down like, oh, I need to be positive. I need to be happy. I got to push that away. No, because they call that spiritual bypassing. And what you need to do when you feel these emotions coming up, your body's letting you know that your body's ready to release this. It's ready to release it. And a lot of times as a society, we're told, oh no, you don't need to worry about that. It's already said and done and over. But like, we still have emotions and traumas associated with something that may have happened in the past. So the fact that they come up for us is our body letting us know, screaming out a lot of times that, hey, we need to release this. We need to feel this so we can heal it, deal with it, and release it and move on. So that's one thing you are doing, is allowing yourself to feel whatever it is. Even if it doesn't feel very good, just feeling it is allowing yourself to heal it. But the key is to then release it rather than just hold on to it and let it play on cycle and loop in your head over and over and over. But usually, even people who do that finally do decide at some point to release it and move on, which is good. But you also have the follow your dreams card here. So point out one special dream or ambition that you vacillated about or postponed. What has motivated you to put positive action on hold? Your goal to determine whether your excuse is real, and if not, identify the real reason you've delayed so that you can do something about it. So this really, Amber, is you focusing back on a dream that you may have put on your back burner, or a creative project or endeavor. Call myself out here too. Maybe Czar can be like, Mommy Janet coming in hot. But this is you finding things that do make you happy, because that is going to help you feel your way through this. So you say, I'm just a mess. It is so painful. I can't even move, and my family is unable to understand. Yeah. And it's hard for people that aren't going through it to actually understand. But I am not doing that. I cry. I feel depressed, and as if all is lost. Also, I have aches and pains. I'm losing hair. I also had a vision of toxins inside me. Okay. So I talked about her channel earlier, and you can find specifically doing her one for heartache and grief. There's 2 different videos. One's on heartache, one's on grief. Her name is called The Loon Innate. I'm writing it out here. Go to her YouTube channel and do her healing sessions. Allow yourself to cry, to scream, to shake, whatever feels like it needs to come out while you do these sessions with her. Do it. Allow yourself to do it. And if you have a bathtub that you can fill with hot water and maybe some Epsom salt or some sea salt, lighting a candle, turning the lights out, and just allowing yourself to really, because when you can do it in water, it amplifies that healing energy. At least it does for me. I heal no better anywhere than I do in the water in the bathtub. Oh, you're so welcome. I mean, I'm that guy. If something works for me, I shout it from the rooftops and let everyone know about it. Not sponsored. But like, she has helped me through so much in the last probably year. Maybe even closer to a year and a half, when Lunar first told me about her channel, and I'm just like so thankful. Like, I would have paid good money to received the type of care and healing that I've received from the Lunanate. So her heartbreak, or I think it's called heartache. Let me look it up. These two specifically I have done, and I can tell you for sure they worked. At least for me, they worked. The Lunanate heartbreak. Yeah. So it's the one that was posted 4 years ago. The top one there. That's the title there. Super relaxing ASMR Reiki heartache. That's the name of that one. And then the other one was grief. The Loon Innate Grief. If you just search that, it should be one of the first ones that come up. If I spell it right, yeah, it will. I did not spell it right. That's why. Yes, very top one there for grief. And it works so well. It works so. This one I've probably done 12 times if I'm honest. And every time I feel so cathartic afterward. Another good one that I've done multiple times that may not feel even associated with this, but it's called cord cutting by her. Let me find it. It's a very specific one. She's got an athame that she kind of cuts through the aura to get like all these like old strings that are like dead energy strings that are just draining your life force, causing you pain and all of that. Cord cutting. This one. So all three of these. Save these to a playlist and just play them as you see fit. This one here specifically, so powerful. This one right here. Oops. I want to show you the thumbnail so you know what to look for. But it's called Reiki Session Cord Cutting and Release ASMR by the Lunanate. Yeah, and there's the thumbnail for that one. That one was posted 3 years ago. Very, very beneficial. So I would say start there. Start there and just allow yourself to feel it and picture not just feeling it, ready to pick it back up tomorrow, but try to release it as you let it out. Yeah, such intense, beautiful healing whenever I watch Lunanate. Yes. Oh, same. So much same. And I saw she posted one, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that I haven't watched yet, but I've even been kind of just winding down at night before bed and just, letting the Reiki just wash over me. She's even got one deep sleep energetic session to get really good sleep. That's a really good one that I've used a few times as well. That one was posted a year ago. So, and I think that's the one pinned on her channel. If you go to her channel initially, it's like pinned at the top, so you can easily find that one. Yeah. It was so relieving. If you actually watch that one with headphones, like it gives me chills, like all the way from my crown down my arms. Like it's intense in a good way. Like I didn't believe because I was never one of those people with ASMR that ever got the chills or the tingles as they call it. But like I did with that video and I'm like, it is possible. So then I like went to a few others and it's like I just searched ASMR guaranteed chills or whatever and found some other videos, but like I don't know, still nothing really quite hits it like that Lunanate cord cutting with the, especially when she does this, like right above, I'm just getting chills thinking about it. Right above your head with that athame, just ready to cut in and pull those things out. I love it. Oh, it's so cool. I think in another life I should have been an ASMR person as well. Yeah, headphones make it 100 times better. You are not lying, Ethan. That is for sure. Yeah. All right. So I think because we're still here, Amber, I hope that helps. I hope that guided you. And I just felt like taking an extra little minute of love with you because, there's a lot going on. But yes, you are so welcome. You'll have to save this and just watch it whenever you need to hear from her or to feel her love because she was definitely present. I'm still feeling it. I sure am. She's so powerful and she loves you so much. Like that love will never die. So that's what's awesome about them being still part of our lives, even though we can't really, know that they're there. I mean, sometimes we can feel that they're there, but like just knowing like that we can't wrap our arms around them again, like that hurts so deeply. Or kiss their nose or, whatever, hear their laugh. I mean, if you've got it on video, that's one thing, but still it's never as good as the real deal, right? But just cherish the memories you have because she did have a card come out about cherishing the positive or the good memories that you had together and the pictures and all that. That will help you a little bit. All right. So I think because we're still here, let's do a quick little collective message for anyone who needs just, let's get a healing message. A healing has been such a theme the last, I don't know, probably 2 months over here with everyone that I run in circles with on this channel. Oh, you don't have any videos of her. Oh, that's so hard. Yeah, that makes it even harder because you can't hear her voice and hear her laugh. Um, that makes it very difficult. But yeah, okay, we got Knight of Pentacles coming out again. So much like what we got with Amber's beginning of her reading, the Knight of Pentacles is letting us know there is a new, like, I don't know, a new path available for us to move ahead that's on our healing journey because we're asking about a healing message. So again, not the fastest moving knight in the shed, but at the same time, this is a very stable and secure and long lasting knight doing that due diligence and putting in that effort and work to really create a long lasting healing. So yay, it's a great card to get for a healing message. That is for sure. All right, what else? We've got the Knight of Wands. So there's a lot of forward momentum here. We've got two knights. We're ready to stop talking about it. We're ready to start taking action on our healing journey. So this really tells me we're already on it. Oh, you love when she taps her fingers on things. I know, the glass bottles, like I've got the spray, the what's it called? The TRS, advanced TRS, the metal detox spray. And every time I use that in the morning, I just kind of do this with my nails and I'm like, ASMR. I love it. But yeah, I think many of us are already on a journey for healing our lives, healing our traumas and wounds and childhoods and maybe even past life stuff. We're healing it. I'm going to try to write tonight, so maybe there will be a message in this collective reading I can apply to that. Yeah, sorry I didn't get back to you the other night. Yeah, like I went off the rails with a little bit of sadness with Judy, and then Ryan and them got home a little early, and I took my bath, and then me and Ryan cried together talking about Judy. Like it was a whole thing, but like yeah, I definitely want next Sunday. I'm setting aside a lot of time to just devote to my own self-care and also writing. I really want to get back to it. But yes, I'm kind of jealous that you're going to write tonight. I definitely just need to go to bed at some point tonight. Like I need some sleep. Okay. What else do we need to know on our healing journey? All of us who are watching this either right now or on the replay, any messages about our healing journey? Here we go. Yeah, there's some wish fulfillment, but look how content that person is. They've been through some ish, but they have not let it keep them down. This person has risen above and is on the mission to really do as much healing in their lives as humanly possible. They're going to be the most healed version of themselves before they leave this incarnation. That is for sure. And I think that's the goal of many of us, is just to heal our lives as much as we possibly can. But again, it can be very difficult when maybe other people in our lives don't quite understand. Can't you just get over it? Stop crying, pick yourself up, and go back to work. Like, what's wrong with you? It's like, no, I can't. I gotta feel it so I can heal it and deal with it. That's what I'm doing. But a lot of times when we try to, it's one thing to try to explain to others exactly what we're going through. A lot of times we can't quite hit the mark because unless they're in our shoes, they really don't understand, or at least unless they've been in a similar circumstance in the past. A lot of times people can't quite put themselves in our shoes, but just trying to stay out of arguments surrounding your own healing, or why do you always cancel plans at the last minute or whatever. It's like, your self-care really is important, but also so is communicating to others why you can't show up as whatever version of yourself that they were used to seeing in their lives. Just communicating to them, however they receive that communication, that's really not on you to have to make that work or not work. But just speaking authentically and from the heart really should be enough. But we also have 8 of Cups. So many of us are walking away from those lives that just weren't serving us, or the things in our lives, the people, the situations, just the trauma from the past. We're walking away from it because every time this card comes up, it's like that 9th cup is missing, but not for us because we also have the 9 of Cups. So that 9th cup is present and accounted for right there. We'll just put it right there in line with where it needs to be. It'll only be a handful of minutes, but any bit helps. It helps also that Dustin acts as a writing buddy when I'm really not motivated in the slightest. I'm beyond exhausted tonight. Oh, big hugs, mama. Yeah, it's difficult doing anything creative and productive when you got little ones at home. That's for sure. Oh, you can still get a reading? Sure, Sandy. I was just doing a collective to kind of wrap us up. Absolutely. And I love the new teeth, Sandy. Looking good. And I was so sorry to hear about Ryan. Oh my gosh. What a freak accident. Oh my gosh. I'm glad he's okay though. Like long term okay. Like, oh my gosh. Scary. All right, let's get one more for our healing journey, and then Sandy can go ahead and get her question ready. We got the Justice card on the floor. Just gonna grab it. What do we got going on here? Yes, justice. Justice is being served. Good stuff coming in hot for us. We will feel this sense of things balancing out and not being so up and then down and then up and then down. Very funny. That just reminded me randomly, Lunar. I saw this amazing squid rug like advertised on Facebook, and the first person I thought of was you. And then I meant to take a screenshot of it. I got distracted, came back, and my Facebook had refreshed itself, so I couldn't even get a screenshot. But it was like the coolest rug I've ever seen. And it had like, it was like a long runner rug, like a hallway rug. And it had like a squid, a blue squid on this side, a blue squid on this side, and like this. And then there was like white and yellow kind of in it. It was like beautiful tones, like muted kind of blues, yellow, and white tones. Very cool rug. Like, I'm like, I think everyone needs a squid rug in their hallway. Like, sign me up. All right, but yeah, things are balancing out. So I think after these eclipse energies, and then when Mars passes that eclipse point at the very last day of the month, I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of relief, but we're really going to start seeing relief after April of 2022. I almost said 2021. Like, we're past that, Amanda. Yeah, April 2022, kind of going into May, June. May and June are going to be like a golden period, like the best months we've had in over 4 years. Astrologically speaking, it's like a golden age coming up in May and June of 2022. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But yeah, April 1st itself will be pretty hard because Saturn, I can't remember, something with Saturn going on the 1st. I don't know if it's going back into Capricorn because I think it'll be retrograde going back. I don't remember. I can't quite remember. But I know good things are coming and I'm so excited. Yeah, it is so close to when you're graduating. That's amazing. All right. Sandy wants a general reading. Anything Sandy needs to know moving forward? Anything Spirit's got for Sandy tonight? Yeah, I know. I want to be in June right now too, right? Sign me up. I'll be 40 in April and I don't even care. Like, get me to June. Let's do this thing. I'm ready. All right. Anything for Sandy, please, Spirit. Woo, we got the lovers. This is twin flame energy. I'm really reading this as soulmate vibes. You and Ryan. And it almost, to me, for some reason, I really read this as like an arm sling, and I know he had broken his arm. So it's almost like you are going to be his like right-hand man for a while. I don't know if it was his right arm. That's kind of how I'm seeing this, even though it actually is. Yeah, it is the right arm. It's looking maybe backwards to you guys. I'm not sure if it'll show that way in the replay, but like his right arm is slinged up and it's like you like, I got this. We got this. We're going to get through this. So you really are a support to him right now, which is good. I mean, I would have expected nothing less. Oh, left. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, but I don't know if he's just having to, with, I think you mentioned he had broken his elbow and like the bone up here or something, which ouch, ouchie. But maybe even relearning how to move it, and I don't know how much time, like, I didn't watch your whole live stream. I just kind of watched the first few minutes and wanted to let you know I'm so sorry about Ryan. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I just heard like you're gonna be his right hand man kind of vibe. Yeah, and this is you too making sure you're taking care of yourself because, like, energetically speaking, you've got a lot going on as well. Maybe you, Sandy, have had a lot of stuff going on from that last lunar eclipse on November 19th through the solar eclipse that's happening on Saturday. Sorry, I'm like super thirsty tonight. But a lot of people who have like either their ascendant or some of their personal planets, their sun, moon, Venus, Mercury, really almost any of your planets anywhere near or involved in the houses or conjunct these solar eclipse and lunar eclipse that we've had. we're all going through the ringer. Like it's in my eighth house of ups and downs and death and rebirth and all sorts of craziness. So, I mean, the fact that you've really been through some crazy times lately as well, I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say you've probably been affected by these eclipse energies yourself. And I really am honing in on the moon here. So to me, yes, absolutely. I think there's been some eclipse energies going on in your life as well. I'm really seeing the cobwebs. So maybe you've been kind of griping or wondering like, man, I just wish I could do some cleaning. Like there's just not enough time in a day. And I'm really picking this up specifically for you, Sandy, but maybe even others of you um that like time is just going by so quickly. Like you wake up, you make breakfast, you do these things, and like before you know it, it's noon, and you're like, I didn't even sleep in today. Like, how is it noon already? Like, what is happening? Um, but I sent Jessie a video the other day of the clouds that were moving out, like kind of south of my house here, and they were moving so quickly. I'm like, how is that? Like, how is that possible? The clouds are moving so very quickly, so very quickly. I'm like, this is just, I've never seen the clouds move that fast in my life. And they weren't even like close clouds that, can move quicker than clouds farther away. They were far away clouds just going like pretty much like that across the sky, like that fast. I'm like, what's happening? Is the pole shifting? Like, what is happening? But time is really speeding up. And I'm just seeing maybe, Sandy, you're having weird lapses of time or where things may speed up a lot, but then other instances where things are taking forever to happen. When you said April 1st, I had felt a huge shock and more Titanic energy. Not that anything Titanic related is happening then, but that something historical could happen that day involving many people. Yes, that very well could be. And oh, I think it actually has to do with Mars. It was a Camilla Sutton video she did about the year 2022 and like what's coming ahead for 2022. And she mentioned how, the 1st of April would be a very volatile day. And I thought to myself, it is April Fool's Day. So like the last 2 years have pretty much been a big joke on all of us. So like bring it on. But then after that, things will kind of die down again. Let's see. What else do we have coming in for Sandy? Yeah, you're healing. You're moving on from something that you're done with this BS negative energy that's been going on and getting yourself some rest, some recuperation. Maybe you're buying something online or commiserating, communicating with people online. This is the internet card. Maybe meeting some people online that are really going to help either like your life situation or maybe like business stuff, maybe business associates or contacts that are really beneficial in your life. But I see some sort of celebration or something to actually look forward to. It might even be the holidays as I pull the Tower card. Oh my gosh. Let's clarify this Tower spirit. Okay, they're already telling me this is you, Sandy, with a big smirk on your face. It's like, well, I'll just show the universe. I'll just make this not work myself. I'll just detonate this tower myself. I'm done waiting around for this bottom or the other shoe to drop or whatever it is, that you just create this destruction of something that's really not working for you. But what this is actually going to do, Sandy, is create a whole new beginning for you and a very stable and secure foundation. But this is your doing. This is nothing that happens out of the blue. Like a lot of what's been going on for you lately, Sandy, is just out of the blue accidents, out of the blue, your poor doggy dying, out of the blue, whatever else has been going on with you. Could even be health stuff that's been out of the blue, but it's like you're being very preemptive about it or just like really working through some of your own healing, some of your past trauma. This could even be something from childhood that has been suppressed or maybe is in your subconscious mind. It's like it's being removed. Either your higher self is removing it or your spirit team is coming in to remove it. And it's actually freeing up a lot of mental space and just a lot of like, I'm almost feeling like your shoulders, like, I don't know if you've had a lot of shoulder and back and neck pain lately, but it's almost like you're going to feel like you can lift your shoulders high and your head held high and not feel so weighed down because it's like everything just feels so heavy. But something you're doing or something that your higher self is doing is clearing a lot of this weird pain and just maybe even not being able to get comfortable when you're trying to sleep. So it's kind of keeping you up at night and making it so you can't sleep, Sandy. What else is going on? Yeah, this is you just like Tower and Death and the Lovers, a big decision being made. This to me does not look like anyone actually dying. that stuff feels to me like it's in the past. But this is the death of something that maybe you had put a lot of effort into, but you're realizing, okay, it's just not going to work. So I'm just going to switch gears and we're going this other direction. We're cutting ties with this. It's very Eight of Cups energy, but maybe kind of to the extreme a little bit. Um, what else is going on for Sandy, please, Spirit? Whoa, King of Swords. Yeah. So finally being able to speak or like having clarity on something that you weren't sure of. And this could just be something in your mind or some like vibe you've been getting with someone in your life and you're like, I didn't really understand why this person always treated me so rude or and this could even be a family member. Someone maybe even that you haven't spoken to in a long time and like you hear from them or they come out of the woodwork somehow and you're just like, wow, how did I never see that person for who they truly are? Like you're really listen to your intuition because you're really on point with a lot of things, but also just wanting to communicate exactly what you want and not settling for anything less than what you actually deserve, Sandy. Because I think there are times you're just such a nice person that sometimes you allow yourself to get the short end of the stick with people in your life. And it's not like they're using you or, trying to get anything out of you, but you're just so giving. A lot of times people tend to take advantage of that even without meaning to. Um, but I see someone, it could be a friend of yours or maybe even a family member, that's gifting you with just their time, effort, love, and attention. And it's like, that's all I really want is someone's love and attention. But you're also getting a really divinely inspired new idea, or just at the very least, a new beginning. It's going to take the place of whatever this is you're detonating. This is going to be a new and exciting path that you're taking very soon, Sandy. I want to get some more clarification on this for Sandy. And if some of this isn't quite resonating or making sense yet, they're telling me this reading really is covering the next 2 months for you. So just be kind of omnipresent with like the energies going on because things are really changing and shifting, but in a good way. Because look, that Eight of Cups I just talked about how this felt like a lower octave energy of or a major higher octave energy of the Eight of Cups. But this is you walking away from someone or something that just isn't giving you that emotional fulfillment anymore. And you're moving in a direction, you're not settling for less than that wish fulfillment of that ninth cup that's missing here. You're going to find that ninth cup because you deserve it and it will find you. You don't even have to go find it. It's going to find you. And it may come as a result of you collaborating with other people, other creators, other YouTubers, other, jewelry people, other auction people. I know you have a pretty nice, extensive network of friends and people that feel like family to you. But coming together and creating something with others, this is really going to inspire you and really help you feel like you have a new beginning. And I'm really almost reading this as February. And I know your birthday's in February. So there might be something coming up around your birthday, your solar return, Sandy, that's really feeling exciting and just kind of makes you feel alive again. Like it's really exciting stuff. So I hope that resonated, Sandy. And at the very least, hopefully gave you something to look forward to because you've really been through a lot lately and you deserve that love, that support, that effort from those in your life that love you and that you love. And just feeling that reciprocation of that love that you give so freely. You deserve it. You really do. So love you, Sandy. Thanks again for your donation. Oh, you are absolutely welcome. Actually, before we close out, they want me to get a crystal angel card for you as well. What else is coming in hot for Sandy before we close out? Yeah, through all of this, Sandy, please be gentle with yourself. I don't know if you have any rhodochrosite, but that is such a beautiful stone. I have one. Here it is. Beautiful stone to wear or carry with you just to feel that heart chakra love, just all that love. Might be hard to see with the glare, but it is pink. I'm sure you've heard of this. You're like the crystal genius, not me. But yeah, it just says, be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. And that's that Six of Swords that we got in your reading as well. You do need to be gentle with yourself. Find a lot of heart chakra stones to wear. Just jewelry yourself on up, even if you have to wear like all the way up your arms and in your bra and in your pockets, like just get it all going. Because you deserve to feel that love. Let's get one more from Sandy, please, Spirit. All right. And the gold card. Ooh, gold is so precious. But it says divine intervention. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. So anything you've been really praying about or wishing or hoping, keep putting that intention to the universe that you because the universe knows you deserve it. Maybe you don't feel you deserve it, but you do deserve it. And I love that both of these cards are very gold themselves, very yellow energy. So solar plexus is another thing. And it's funny too, because I pulled my Bumblebee Jasper out earlier today. And so I had the rhodochrosite and the Bumblebee next to each other. So heart chakra, solar plexus chakra. Well, here we go. Get them lined up. Get some solar plexus chakra stones and the heart chakra stones going, and you will feel all the love. That'll really help you through it. And I got a huge malachite just sitting in my lap tonight. This is my big bad protection stone. Green stones also are associated with the heart chakra, which I'm sure you know all about green stones as well. Since we're on the crystal kick, let's just get one more from this crystal deck as well. Give Sandy all the recommendations. She may have all these crystals already and doesn't even have to go shopping. Oh, and look what's on the back of the deck. Big bad malachite. But it says it's time to transform. There's your tower moment. You're going to be the one in charge of this transformation for yourself, Sandy. And lighten up and get out of your comfort zone. So lighten up, but yet still be gentle with yourself. Get out of your comfort zone, yet still be gentle with yourself. And apatite is another good, throat chakra stone, and it helps even with like appetite, with cravings, with eating a bunch of junk. It actually does help with that, even though they're spelled completely different. It still does help with that. But yeah, angel aura quartz, lighten up. Just lighten up, lighten your load. Take more days off a week than you're used to really just take that rest, that Four of Wands card that you got in your tarot reading earlier, Sandy. All right, so I hope that resonated for you. All right. All right. So she says, yes, I do. All right, so that was so much fun. I feel like I've just been flapping my gums all night, but like we got the readings done and taken care of under 2 hours tonight. So I hit my goal. I'm able to go get some rest and relaxation and refilling my water. I'm just so thirsty tonight. It's like full to here with ice, so I don't even have that much water in here tonight. I filled it all the way to the top before the live stream, and I already drank it all. Sandy says, yes, yes, yes. Ooh, there's that celebration I was talking about. It's coming in on the back of the deck, the Three of Cups. Something to be grateful and thankful for. Could even involve multiple generations, multiple age ranges of people. Maiden, mother, and crone energy. Of course, they don't all have to be females, but just having something to celebrate. Could even be coming up around the holidays if you celebrate. Just having like-minded people, friends, family, just a good time. I'm seeing a good time in your future, and you definitely deserve it. And so does Ryan. Like, take care of each other. You both deserve all the good things in life. So awesome. Tonight was so much fun. I have just the most fun. And even though I set myself time limits a lot of times, I just never want to leave. But I probably should leave and go hang out with my husband for a few minutes before we both fall asleep. Like happens pretty much every night. It's like, oh yeah, we meant to talk longer, but like I'm so tired. Like, oh, the days, I'm telling you, the time just goes by so fast, and like it's just, especially the weekdays, like the kids are at school, then they're Wrigley's at basketball one night a week, and then we're home and doing whatever projects around home, and then before I know it, it's bed. And it's like the last 2 nights I've been doing live streams, so I'm just like, I'm tired. But yes, time has been a weird thing, speeding up or slowing down, or sometimes both at the same time, if that's even possible. I felt that very same vibe earlier today. I'm like, the day has gone by so fast, but like this last hour has drugged by. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Yes, queen. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to leave it off there, but I have always so much fun hanging out with you. And let's see what's coming ahead for me. We've got Friday over on Patreon. Monday's regular content for my main channel will be live on Patreon. And that is a blessings and message from your angels. Pick a card. Lots of good stuff in there. I was pleasantly surprised with the good messages coming through. And then what else is coming for me? Saturday, we're going to have the eclipse special, solar eclipse special on this channel, my live stream channel. And then Sunday, I'm live streaming the Patreon weekly reading over on my Patreon live stream link, which you will find on Patreon. And what else? Monday, that video or the reading I was talking about earlier, will be live Monday. And then again, Woo Woo Wednesday, once again. All in a cycle. Definitely talk with the hubby and rest. I gotta go comfort a crying babe. Oh, big hugs, everybody. I love you. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will catch you later. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.